Dear students, in this class I am going to teach about transpiration. Transpiration means evaporation of excess of water from leaves. This transpiration takes place through a tiny holes in the leaves. These minute holes or openings are called as stoma or stomata. Stomata means a opening guarded by two guard cells, that is protected by two guard cells. Transpiration is the evaporation of water in plants through stomata in the leaves. Stomata are open in the daytime and closed at night time. The opening and closing of the stomata is due to the change in turgidity of the guard cells. When turgidity increases within the two guard cells, the stoma will open. When the two guard cells lose water, it becomes flaccid and the stomata will closes. In this picture, you can see the structure of stomata in open and closed condition. When the guard cell is turgid, the stomata remains open. Turgid means the guard cells is filled with water, and when the guard cell loses water content, it will become flaccid. Flaccid means shrunken. Next one, transpiration pull. Water evaporates from mesophyll cells of leaves through the open stomata. As water is lost from the leaves, pressure is created at the top to pull more water from the xylem to the mesophyll cells. This process is called transpiration pull. This extends up to the roots, causing the root to absorb more water from the soil to ensure continuous flow of water from the roots to the leaves. Next one, uptake of minerals. All minerals cannot be passively absorbed by the roots. Two factors used for that. The first factor is minerals are present in the soil as charged particles like cations and anions that cannot move across the cell membranes. And the next factor is the concentration of minerals in the soil is usually lower than the concentration of minerals in the root. Therefore, most minerals enter the root by active absorption through the cytoplasm of epidermal cells. This needs energy in the form of ATP. Then it is transported to all parts by transpiration pull. The next one, translocation of mineral ions. The older leaves usually fall off from the plants that we know. On that time, the minerals are remobilized from older dying leaves to the younger leaves. This phenomenon can be seen in deciduous plants. Elements like phosphorus, sulfur, nitrogen, and potassium are easily mobilized, while elements like calcium are not remobilized. Small amounts of material exchange takes place between xylem and phloem. Next one, phloem transport. Phloem transports food, that is sucrose, from a source to a sink. The source is the part of the plant that synthesizes their food, that is the leaf, and the sink is the part that needs or stores the food that is already prepared. But the source and sink may be reversed depending on the season or the plant's need. Since the source sink relationship is variable, the direction of movement in the phloem can be upwards or downwards, that is bidirectional. In contrast, the movement is always unidirectional in xylem, that is upwards. So, xylem always transport water in upward direction only, but the phloem transport food in both upward and downward direction. Next one, ascent of sap and its events. The upward movement of water and mineral salts from roots to different plant parts is called ascent of sap. A number of factors play a role in ascent of sap and it takes place in the following steps. There are many steps. You can see in the picture, first the root has absorbed water by osmosis. Then by means of capillary action, the water moves to base of the stem. Then by root pressure, the water pushed to the stem. Then with the help of adhesion cohesion, the water column makes the water molecules to transport in upward direction. Finally, it reaches the leaf. There, the transpiration pull creates. The transpiration creates the transpiration pull and thus the water from the root is moved to the leaf through the stem. Then we see the steps one by one. The first step is root pressure. Water from soil enters the root hairs due to osmosis. Root pressure is responsible for movement of water up to the base of the stem. Then the capillary action. Water or any liquid rises in the capillary tube because of physical forces. This phenomenon is called as capillary action. In the same way, in stem, water rises up to certain height because of capillary action. Next step is adhesion cohesion of water molecules. Water molecules from a continuous column in the xylem because of forces of adhesion and cohesion among the molecules. We see cohesion. Cohesion means attraction between the water molecules. Adhesion means attraction between the molecules of different substances. Here, the water molecules stick to a xylem cell because of adhesion. The cohesion is the force of attraction between the molecules of water is called cohesion. Adhesion means the force of attraction between the molecules of different substances is called adhesion. Water molecules stick to a xylem because of the force of adhesion. The transpiration pull. Transpiration through stomata creates vacuum which creates a suction called transpiration pull. The transpiration pull sucks the water column from the xylem tubes and thus water is able to rise to great heights even in the tallest plants. So, because of the process of transpiration pull up to the tip of the tallest plants can also able to get the water for their growth. Thank you.